So can you please open your books, page 61? Good morning, Abdul Malik. Hello, Abdul Aziz, Faisal, Hussein, Atibi, Nawaf. How are you all doing? Come on, boys, wake up. Hello.
Yes, teacher.
How are you doing today?
Fine. I'm fine.
That's great. Okay, in today's session, we'll speak about the simple sentence. And perhaps we may take the compound one. So, shall we begin? So, to speak about the simple sentence, we need to know right now what is the meaning of the simple sentence.
It contains a subject, an object, and a verb.
Verb and object. Great. And
it's consisted of only one independent clause.
one dependent clause. Excellent. Very, very good. So, what is the meaning of a dependent clause?
The independent clause, it contains a subject and a verb, and it shows a full idea or a full thought.
Bravo. So, let's collect the information we know right now. So, we'll speak about the simple sentence. And to speak about the simple sentence, we need to know that first it contains number one, a subject, a verb, and an object. Right? In other words, we can say it's an independent clause. Right? So that's the most important point. It's an independent clause. So simply, guys, when you have a sentence, any sentence in English, will start by a subject and ends with period, a question mark, or even an exclamation mark. We have four types of sentences. Okay, the first one is called declarative. The first one is called what? with me?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, the first one is called declarative. It's called what?
Declarative.
What is the meaning of declarative? To declare something, meaning that to give someone information. Like when I say, Muhammad studied the lesson. So, in this example here, I have Muhammad. Muhammad is what?
Muhammad is the subject.
Studied.
Studied is the action verb.
Bravo. And the lesson is?
This is the object.
Is the object, direct object. And then you will have your period to authenticate that the sentence is over. So this is called declarative. Called what? Declarative, to declare. The second type of sentence is called imperative. It's called what?
Imperative.
Imperative means to order, to give someone an order. Okay, can someone gives me an order? Samir?
Yes.
Give me a sentence that identifies an order.
Can you give me an example of order?
Yeah, order someone to do something.
Oh, like a command.
Yeah, command.
Okay. Tamer, bring me water.
Okay, Samir. And here, look. Bring me water. So, this sentence is called an imperative sentence. Imperative sentence. What does this comma indicate? Thamer, bring me water. So, here, Thamer is what?
Subject.
No.
It's instead of you.
Yes, excellent. The subject is you. So the subject here is a hidden subject instead of you. We have still that list, the subject of the command. Tamer, you bring me water, right? So, but of course, it is known that I'm calling Tamer. Consequently, I do not need to say you. So, Tamer here is the called person. Person is the person whom I call in order to answer me. Like when I say, Atabi, answer this listen. Abdulaziz, listen to me. Abdul Malik, can you hear us? So I'm just calling the person by his name so that I can grab his attention. And after grabbing his attention, now I set my command. So the first type of a sentence is called declarative, to declare something. The second one is imperative, to give a command or give an order. The third one is a question. Give me a question, Hassan. Hussein,
Yes, teacher.
give me a question.
What did you eat yesterday?
So the third type of the sentence, guys, is called interrogative. Interrogative. So we have declarative, giving the information. We have imperative, in order to give an order or a command. We have the Next one is called what? Interrogative. Interrogative means identifying a question or asking a question. And the last one is called exclamatory. Exclamatory, to identify a feeling, whether this feeling of a sudden, or a feeling of sadness, or a feeling of happiness, or any of these feelings. Like when I say, whoa, I love that movie. Or even that movie was awesome. So you have 4 sentences. Each one of them tells you something. The first one tells you about something that happened. The second one tells you about a command or an order. The third one asks a question. And the final type of any sentence tells you about a feeling. If you can look at all of these sentences that we have given right now, all of them contains only one subject. Here we have Muhammad. Here we have a hidden subject is you. Here we have the subject you. And here we have the subject I. Only one subject performing an action, an action, an action, an action. And then the predicate or the rest of the sentence, or the rest is a direct object, indirect object, and a direct object. You have here a time reference, or even a direct object. So, simply to speak about the simple sentence, then you will have what? A subject, a verb, and the rest of your sentence. The rest of your sentence could be a direct object, indirect object, an adverb, an adjective, a time reference, place, okay, prepositional phrase, of course. Got the idea? Any question?
No, teacher.
So once again,
No question.
once you have one subject performing an action, and then you have the rest of the sentence, is called simple sentence. But on the other hand, can I have a compound subject in the simple sentence? Like instead of saying Muhammad, I say Muhammad and Hussein study the lesson. So if this sentence is still a simple one, yes or no?
This is no.
Why?
There's 2 subjects.
No, there is no 2 subjects. There is only one compound subject. Come again. One compound subject. So you have here 2 people, Muhammad and Hussein, and both of them are performing the same action verb. Who studied yesterday, or who studied the lesson? Muhammad and Hussein. So both of them here is called compound subject. Compound subject. So a subject can be single one or a compound one. Single one means only one person performing an action, and the compound one means more than one. And of course, it can be three people. It's okay, no problem in this. So Muhammad studied the lesson is simple. Muhammad al-Hussein studied also is simple. So can I say Ali studied the lesson and played online? So this sentence, compound or simple or complex? Kayat? Kayat?
Yes, teacher.
Good morning, how are you doing?
Fine.
Okay, in this sentence, who is the subject?
Muhammad al-Hassan.
No. Ali studied the lesson. Ali studied the lesson and played online.
It's a simple one
Why?
because it's a compound verb.
Bravo. Excellent. So in this sentence we have Ali. Ali is the subject. Studied,
Verb.
verb. Listen,
Object.
and played. Played is what?
Verb again.
Another verb. So I have here a compound verb. So I have just one subject, which is Ali, performing two action verbs. So the sentence is still is a simple one. So put this in your mind. Once you have one subject performing one action verb, it's simple. When you have compound subject, more than one subject performing the same action verb, it's also simple sentence. Once you have one subject performing two actions, that's also a sentence. And even if we have Ali and Muhammad played football and watch it. So in this sentence, I have what? What is the subject here? Khalid al-Khalifa, hello. Nawaf. Come on guys, wake up. In this sentence, you have compound subject, Ali and Muhammad, and you also have a compound verb, played and watched. So still, the sentence is a simple one. So all of these sentences in front of you, all of them are simple sentences. One subject performing one action verb, compound subject performing one action verb, one subject performing compound action verbs, or one compound verb performing one compound subject performing compound verb. So all of them still identifies one action or one idea or one complete information. So all of these are simple sentences. Any question? Did you all die suddenly?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, no problem then. So if you may open your books, page
Your
6.
screen is frozen.
My screen is frozen.
It's not good.
Okay. So open your books, please. Page 61. In page 61, will you speak about the simple sentence? Hussein, can you read, please?
Okay, the simple sentence. A simple sentence consists of a single independent clause. An independent clause contains a subject and a verb and expresses a complete idea. A simple sentence cannot have adjective or adverbial clauses. However, a simple sentence may include adverbs, adjectives, direct and indirect objects, prepositional phrases, and compound subjects and verbs.
So once again, simple sentence consists of just one independent clause. One independent clause or one main clause means that it must have a subject, it must have a verb, and it must express a complete idea or a complete thought. So you will have the subject, and this subject can be a simple one or a compound one. You will have the verb, simple verb or compound one. Yet it must identicate and expresses a complete idea or a complete thought. If it doesn't express the complete idea, then it's a dependent clause, not independent one. Of course, a simple sentence may have a direct object, indirect object. It can have an adverb, an adjective, or even prepositional phrases. No problem in this. Some of the example about the simple sentences, like the one we have just taken. If we have just one subject and one verb, so I'll have, for example, Hussein, Catherine.
What subject and verb? Catherine left her shoes here. Compound subject.
Is
Catherine and Marnie leave things everywhere. Compound verb. Catherine waves and says goodbye. Compound subject and verb. Catherine and Marnie visit and play with us often.
So we will have just one subject performing one action verb, like Catherine, subject, left her shoes. Catherine and Marley, or and Marley. So that's a compound subject. Leave things, performing one action. But Catherine waves and says goodbye. So one subject performing two actions, so that's a compound verb. When you have two people are compound in one compound subject, Catherine and Marnie visit and play with us all. So compound subject and also compound verb. Yet all of these sentences still what? Simple ones. All of these sentences are still simple ones. Any questions so far? You ready? Any question before we start solving?
No, teacher.
Alright, in practice number 8, we are asked to recognize the simple sentence. Read each sentence, then write whether the sentence is simple or not simple. Number 1. Who can answer number 1?
Can I?
Okay, Hussein.
Ayana lives next door to Chris and Andy.
So
It's simple
why?
because it doesn't have an adverbial or adjectival clause.
Nice, bravo, very good. It doesn't have an adjectival clause or adverbial clause, and both of them are subordinate clause. So I have only one independent clause. So Ayana, subject, lives, verb, next door, that's a prepositional phrase. To Chris and Andy, another prepositional phrase. So identificates one complete idea, one complete information. Consequently, that's a simple sentence. Nice, succeed. Number 2, Turkish Shamrani. Can you answer number 2? If you can't open your mic, you can type in the chat. Turki, can you hear us? Saif Radi. Ali. Khalid Al Khalifa. Okay, in this case, you just go here. If I call your name, you raise your hand. Abdulaziz Sana. Abdulaziz Sana, hold your hand if you can hear me. Answer me or raise your hand. Okay. Abdul Malik, raise your hand or type in the chat. Abdul Rahman Saeed, raise your hand or type in the chat. All right. Ahmad Al Barkan. Ali. Faisal Al Shalan. I haven't called your name yet, Khalid. Faisal Al Shalan. Not here. Khalid Al Malki, okay. Khalid Al Otebi. Khalid Al Khalifa. All right. Mash'al Al Dokhi. Muhammad Al Otebi.
Yes.
Saleh. Muhammad Al Khayyat. Muhammad Al Rami. نواف. أسامة فيصل. سيف راضي. صالح العنزي. ثامر. تركي. زهير absent and Hassan.
Yeah.
Nice. Only 4 students out of 18 students are with us, and the rest are sleeping or playing. Make sure that your parents are gonna be notified by that. So, in practice number A, once again, we are asking to identify whether the sentence are simple or not simple. The first one we have was simple as Hussein said. The second one, Carl acts tough even though he's not brave. So this one, simple or not simple? Khayat?
Yeah.
Carl acts tough even though he's not brave.
Complex.
It's complex one, so it's not simple. Nice. Why, Muhammad?
Because it's complex, and even though is a conjunction.
So even though he's not brave, this identifies what how he acts. So it's adverbial clause, meaning that I have 2 clauses. Simple one, an independent and a dependent. So the sentence is not simple. Okay, number 3, Atabi. Nina decided to stay home. Simple or not simple?
Simple.
Simple. Malki, you can type in the chat. We brought Caesar home with us since his car had broken down. Malki, type whether it's simple or not simple. Quickly, only 3 minutes to go. Khalifa.
Not simple.
Not simple. Why? We brought Caesar home with us. Until here, that's simple. That's the independent clause. Since his car had broken down, that's the dependent clause. So we have complex sentences, so it's not simple. And number 5, Oliver is now a walking, talking 2-year-old. Simple or not simple? Any idea? Simple or not?
Simple.
Why? You have a subject, you have a verb, time reference,
And object.
object, and also companion. Of course, here that's called a gerund or called participle, and all of them acts like an object. And number 6, Amon and AP are rarely together. Amon and AP, compound subject, are the linking verb. Rarely is called what? An adverb, and together is also an adverb. So it's simple. When I gave him the instructions, Vance seemed to understand them. Simple or not simple? Number 7. By the way, you're late. So when I gave him the instruction, Vince seemed to understand them.
Not simple.
Yeah, Vince seems to understand them. That's the simple sentence. But here I have another dependent clause, so it is not simple. It's another type of the sentence called complex.
Not simple. Last word is not simple.
Last one, because Mr. and Mrs. Garnett trust me, they let me babysit their kids. So also not simple. And of course, the simple one alone is they trust me babysit their kids. But because Mr. and Mrs. Garnett trust me, that's the dependent clause. So now, any questions so far about this? Any question regarding the simple sentence? Okay, practice B is a homework. Send it on Classroom. And that's it for this session, grade 8. Now you may leave.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye, see you next session.